students, we are going to discuss our SERP activity for Unit 1.11 on mummies. Who owns the dead? First it says do the math, all right? So when hikers first found the Iceman, they presumed that the body was fresh. Subsequent scientific study revealed that he had died over 5,000 years earlier. Studies of the Iceman's body and clothing have enhanced our idea, enhance is important, of what life was like long ago. Researchers learned about the diversity of his diet. Inside his stomach they found meat and grain, roots and fruit. Researchers who study human migration were particularly interested in the Iceman's shoes. His shoes were sturdy and good for walking. So we have two options here. Option 1, the Iceman died about 5,300 years ago. Which letter represents the time frame of his death? Okay, so 5,000 years ago. We live in the year 2021. 5,300 years ago? Let's go back to when they started recording time. If I were to subtract, I would borrow from the 3, make that a 2, make this 10, borrow from the 10, make that 9, and make this 10. So 10 minus 1 is 9, and 9 minus 2 is 7, and 2 minus 0 is 0, 5 minus 2 is 3. Look at that. So then I have to go back farther. So from here to the beginning of recording time, 2021, and then we have this much more. Wow. So let's look over here at the number line. This number, where would we locate it? It's going to be somewhere between here and here. And that may help you to locate your answer. Look at that. So maybe this answer, 3,279 BCE. Now, isn't that interesting? The way we would look at time, this would almost be like negative letters for us, wouldn't it? Because that was before the recording of time. Now, option 2, evidence from the Iceman's teeth and bones suggests that he spent his life in a region that measures 37 miles across. Okay, that was kind of his area he lived in, distance-wise. And an average person can walk at a rate of 3.5 miles per hour. How long would it take to walk from one end of the Iceman's domain to the other? Well, really, we just multiply. We do 37 times 3.5. 7 times 5 is 35. Carry the 3. 3 times 5 is 15, plus 3 is 18. I'll bring a 0 down, and 3 times 7 is 21. 3 times 3 is 9, plus 2 is 11. All right, let's bring these down and add. 5 plus 0 is 5, and 8 plus 1 is 9. 1 plus 1 is 2. Bring down my 1. And I have one decimal place that I need to move over to. So look at that. How long would it take to walk from one end of the Iceman's domain to the other? Goodness gracious, 129.5 hours. Okay, let's put that in perspective of days, though. What do you think? So there are 24 hours in a day, but do you really think he's going to walk 24 hours? He's going to sleep, right? So an average work day, let's look at it from that perspective. An average work day for some people is like 8 hours a day, because then you have to do other things. So if reality, want to do 8? So if he averaged 8 hours of walking a day, just as an example maybe, let's go 8 into 129.5. And you are allowed to use a calculator for these. If we averaged, 10 hours walking a day, 10 into 129.5, If you average 12 hours, there are people that work 12-hour days. If you average 12 hours a day of walking, that goes in 129.5. Now, if you type this in the calculator, obviously you do 129 first, divide these numbers, okay? Let's just pick one of these to do. 10 goes into 12 one time, right? Bring down my 29. 10 goes into 29 two times. 20, bring down my 9. Bring down my 5. 10 goes to 95 9 times. Look, gotta give up my decimal here, right? 90, bring down my 5. I'll just bring it up here. And a 0, so 12.95 days is what this could round up to, or you could say 13, almost 13 full days if we round it up. Wow, right? So if he walked 10 hours a day, it would still take about 13 days for him to walk. Now let's look at discussion questions. Today, when someone dies, we presume that the family has rights to the body, and many families want bodies disposed of quickly and respectfully. Some people offer their bodies for scientific study. It is illegal to use a person's body in this way without their consent. When an ancient mummy is discovered, we think about the body very differently. We know that studying ancient remains may reveal new information that will enhance scientific knowledge. Ancient mummies may tell us new things about the diversity of human experience, including where and how people migrated, what they ate, and how they lived. Is treating ancient mummies as scientific objects a form of disrespect? Or is the value to science more important? Or could we say that scientific study itself is a way of respecting our ancient ancestors? What do you think, ladies and gentlemen?